For some reason, I don't think that's going to work. Hey everybody, Chad Booth here, and today on AYL, join me for some jeeping and hiking in search of forgotten history. Will I find any or just get my passport destroyed? Don't worry, I've got plenty of Band-Aids. Then, Reese Stein is in Palm Springs, California, and he isn't on a golf course. You mean there's more there than golf? Who knew? Finally, Susan Wood finds out why Utah State Parks may be in trouble. Everything you could want in an outdoor show. AYL is next.
Ready, break! Hi everybody, welcome to At Your Leisure today. We are with the Canyon Country 4-Wheel Drive Club in Kanab, and we are on a familiarization tour. I'm doing a pilot test run with them on a new program they've got we'll tell you about during the show. It's all about the fact that if you want to come down and find out about the jeeping and ATV routes down here, particularly the jeeping routes, because these guys are full-size, this is a way that you can find out where the legal routes are, how to get out there, and how to travel the backcountry in Kane County safely. Let's all get in our vehicles.
Let's go.
All right. So the whole program is an idea that came up from the club, and they thought we need to get more people to come down and use these trails, but they need to do it responsibly, and this was a great way to accomplish that. Come on, let's get going. You're good there. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Is that better? Will that hold you till we get back to town? If you have a regular stock Jeep and you want to find out about riding the legal routes down here, you just show up for one of these events. They do a different one every month, and then they'll show you the legal and proper way and respectful of the land go out and cross this fantastic desert terrain. I love the desert down here. It's one of my favorite places in the world, so this was an exciting opportunity for us to get to. We're going to go past some great historical sites on this show today, places that I've wanted to go for a long time, and we'll tell you more about you. In fact, we'll show you in the program today. But right now, it's time for us to go to this week's travel adventure. It's off with Rovan Reese Stein. He is in Palm Springs. Interesting fact, the land that you saw Reese riding on was entirely private. But that's just the beginning of riding in the Palm Springs area, because that land connects to Forest Service lands, and there's a trail system there, which also connects to Native American lands, and there are trails and riding opportunities there as well. So for a place that you usually think of for golf carts, Palm Springs, there's a lot to do down there. Look behind you. This is one of the little side trips you can make if you go out on one of these rides with the clubs, because they know all the inside history. This is what's called the Andalex coal seam. In the mid-1990s, they had done the geography and the geology work on this, and they were about ready to develop this coal. This seam runs from here, which is almost due east of Kanab, all the way to Panguitch. Underground, they would have only needed to disrupt 40 acres of land at the base of this canyon and improve the road from here to Big Water on Highway 89 to get all of it out. It's a big topic with a lot of the locals, and it's just one of the interesting things that you can find if you go on one of these club rides. And just ask the locals about it. They have quite an opinion, and they're very passionate about this issue. Stay with us. We'll be back with something that Darren Kinder is going to be very passionate about. It's time for our weekly product review, and he climbs aboard the Polaris Dune Machine, the Scrambler. 111 minutes 6 seconds west at 4479 in altitude, and the Lost Dutchman is lost no more. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We have been with the Canyon Country 4x4 Club. Don, don't be so bashful. Come over here. Don Black is the Secretary and Treasurer of the Canyon Country 4x4 Club. Don, we've talked a little bit about this program to try and get people to come down and find the proper way and the proper places to travel down here. But there are some other benefits that go along with it, like the history if they go on one of these rides.
Yeah, it's people's benefit to go with somebody who's been to these places before and has some background and give you some of the local information on it, local color. And plus, you know, won't be spending all day looking for these places. To have somebody that knows where they are located that can take you to them.
I'll be honest with you. When we came up here, I mean, you can actually see this from the road, but it's so small and it's so far. I mean, some estimates are it took us 15 minutes to hike here, but it seemed more like 7 or 8. You just wouldn't find this sort of stuff. Now, what is the story of the lost Dutchman who's now found?
I believe they mined coal out of here to take down to the Colorado River when there was a steamboat down there on at Lee's Ferry.
Oh, okay, the one that ran up and down the river for what, a year before it burned and sank?
Yeah, I think there's remains still there somewhere.
You know, this is a piece of history. This is a museum piece in a natural museum. But there are a lot of museum pieces that have been collected that make up our state's history, and they are in the state museums, which are part of the state park system. Along with all the recreational facilities and the museums, there are 43 parks in the state of Utah. And right now, their funding has been slashed with the current legislature, and that's just the beginning of their problems. Here with the report on that is Susan Wood. Okay, so figure this out. State parks has usually operated on about a $9 million budget. They cut it back by taking 3 out of it, but they may take another 4 out of it next year because $4 million of the regular ongoing funding got shifted to one-time funding only, which means they've got a year, and then after that year, they could be down to a $3 million total budget. The state parks may have their goose cooked, but we're cooking something else right here. This is a rare delicacy known in this part of the country as smoked celery sticks, and we are smoking them over a natural smoke hole. Actually, you wouldn't really want to eat it because this stuff really tastes nasty. This is Smoky Mountain, and there are smoke holes all over this hill here in different spots. And what it is an underground coal fire. The coal seam is actually smoldering underground, and then it's burned its way to the top, and the dirt has collapsed in areas, and it's made chimneys. And the chimneys, year-round, summer or winter, are venting this kind of smoke. Kind of fascinating, isn't it? I wonder what would happen if I tossed this in. Do you think the volcano would erupt?
Try it.
That's it. We'll try it. All right, stay with us. We'll have more of At Your Leisure. We'll find out what's coming up, what kind of contests and prize winners we'll have when we come back. Well, I tell you what, while you're looking at last week's show, we did make it down the Kelly Grade, and I got to be real honest with you, that is a little bit hairy. If you're afraid of heights, just don't look to the left. It'll get you. You know, there's an interesting story about the grade. It's called Kelly's Grade because this is the story of one man, a bulldozer, and a vision to find a new way to the top of that hill. And I don't know how he figured that out. All right, we'll look for you next time. And between now and the time that we all get together again, be sure to get out with your family and friends like the Canyon Country 4-Wheel Drive Club and enjoy the great outdoors at your leisure. So long, everybody. Caravan, and we're working our way. Time for 4-wheel. We're working our way right up. A little bumpy, huh?
Okay, Chad, come rub your baby. No, rub it on its hurty.
I'm sorry, baby.